Hi everyone, welcome back to Chelsea Fan TV. I am Nina. I hope you're all doing well. I am here today for a new video. A lot is happening on the transfer market right now. Chelsea said we need to sell players, we need to offload players, and Saudi Arabia said no problem. Honestly, things are starting to make a lot more sense in terms of what Todd Boehly was doing in Saudi Arabia for so long. But now it has made sense. He's a businessman, and the man was just doing business. And it seems that they are going to do us a massive favor because a lot of the players that seem to be going off to Saudi Arabia are players that we need to sell and should have left perhaps a season ago. I'm talking Ziyech, Edouard Mendy, can't say his name, Kalidou Koulibaly, and it seems that Aubameyang is going to be in that list as well. But there you have it. Kante is already gone, so that's another 4 players that are going off to Saudi Arabia. And in terms of someone like Mendy, I don't think clubs were really going to come in and kind of take him off our hands. So the fact that Saudi are is a good thing, in my opinion. Same goes for Ziyech, of course. I think we are at fault for that as well as a club, that he didn't leave in January. Of course, it seemed that things were so close, and then suddenly that contract was snatched out of his hands, and he was left in a Chelsea shirt for more time. It's like prison time for him, because that's what it has looked like for him. But no, his dream is coming true. He is going to be departing. Obviously, he's going to potentially be joining Cristiano Ronaldo. So some people are saying that that is a partnership that is probably going to flourish, but we will see. But in this video, guys, I'm going to talk a little bit more about Edouard Mendy, our UEFA goalkeeper of the year, a goalkeeper that spent a long time being first pick, of course, under Thomas Tuchel, and he was someone that we relied very heavily on. Unfortunately, it has been a fall from grace for Mendy. He, of course, hasn't been first pick. He suffered an injury, couldn't quite make it back into the starting 11, and when he did, he wasn't quite the same, really. So, of course, Kepa came in, but a lot of people are unhappy with the pair of them. Some people are saying that we need a upgrade on our goalkeepers. Apparently, we were in talks with Inter for Andre Onana. Martinez was also in the books there. But it might be the case that we keep Kepa for another season under Pochettino, and we develop and improve him and work on that, and then perhaps address that in another upcoming window. Potentially because, of course, Andre Onana might be costing something that we aren't quite ready to pay, and he obviously is quite comfortable at his club at the moment, so that is a move that isn't very confident at the moment. So, of course, with Mendy departing, if Kepa stays, he's going to be our first kind of goalkeeper there. And I know he has divided a lot of opinion, but on a good day, Kepa has really, really been there for us. I truly believe that last season, guys, we would have dropped a lot more points. We would have conceded a lot more goals had it not been Kepa. I'm stretching back to Villa game, Aston Villa back in October when we played them and we won, but it was one of those lucky wins, and there are a lot of those games where even Brentford, when we beat them at home 2-0, I believe it was, a lot of those games where I came out and said, you know what, say what you want about Kepa, but if it wasn't for him, it would have been more. And yes, I know he's not the best, and he's made some terrible mistakes as well, and he has kind of fallen from grace as well. But I think it might be a case of we stick with Kepa for another year until we can explore our options, but that is yet to be established. But Mendy, like I said, fantastic in the Champions League campaign, was great when he joined us in 2020, but I think those first couple seasons were truly his best, and then it was just a progressive decline from then. He's not confident with his feet. I mean, how many times have we seen Mendy just not be confident in distribution, and it often results in us getting punished? Off the top of my head, defeat to Real Madrid 3-1, where we basically gifted them another goal. Could have been another one as well. Obviously, that defeat against Leeds as well last year. Just a lot of silly mistakes where we give away goals when we really shouldn't be doing that. And it is often a case where Mendy's got the ball and, he's playing it out from the back and he's trying to do some weird little touches with his feet, but a lot of them are heavy or not confident, and we end up giving it to to the opposition and they score. So that has often happened, and you know, it is needed. It is needed. An upgrade is very, very long overdue. A lot of people want both of them sold, but like I said, Mendy going. I think Kepa might stay. Obviously, that situation is yet to be explored. But our priorities lie heavily in midfield and striking at the moment. Of course, Nicholas Jackson is a prospect there for our striker. We're still in for Moises Caicedo, and that seems to be 95% certain. But then, guys, you've always got that kind of remaining 5% there, so not going to be quick on, welcoming that just yet. But I truly believe that there are other areas we need to address before we do that goalkeeping position there. But of course, it's great. We need to offload players, and them going to Saudi Arabia is truly good business for us. Not only are we kind of offloading wages there as well, because we know that there is a new structure being implemented. That is something that has to happen. So we are also going to get some money out of them. We paid, I believe it was something like 35 million for Koulibaly. And although, guys, I wouldn't say he was the most terrible player or the most terrible of defenders, but with the experience that he supposedly had, and coming into that back line with so many youngsters having that experience there in the back line, we thought would be beneficial and be very secure. But at times it wasn't. He has been at fault for a couple goals that we've conceded. Obviously, red card went down in the history books as well, but he hasn't been quite outstanding at all. Like I said, I've got mixed feelings about him, but I expected a lot more. And it's safe to say that he has disappointed a little. So to be able to, and he's not a cheap player either, is he? We're paying a lot of money to him. His wages are expensive. So to offload that as well is a big plus. And I believe Saudi Arabia are going to give us something along the lines of 20-25 million for him as well. So that is a big positive there, guys. So honestly, big favors there. It looks like we are offloading, selling, and also trying to get some money out of it, because at the end of the day, we've got to be smart with it, guys. We paid money. We are paying expensive wages to these players. Of course, Koulibaly's happy at Chelsea, receiving the money he is, but he's being offered something like 25 million there. You're not saying no to that. Not saying no to that. So someone said we've basically got half a squad of Chelsea players there now, or will have half a squad of Chelsea players there. But guys, like I said, I have fond memories of Mendy. He has been truly outstanding. Of course, you won't have that award there, and you won't be put on that pedestal there if not. So of course he's been good, but he has declined, and it is time for an upgrade. I mean, when you look at how things have kind of developed in the last year or so as well, injury with the finger, injury with his hand, and it's hard to obviously come back from injury, but I truly believe that there are two goalkeepers there that are kind of both mid and now competing for that starting spot, and you need to have confidence in that goalkeeping position, especially when you're bringing in so many young defenders and midfielders and whatnot. You need to have that leadership at the back, and of course it's not to say that Mendy didn't possess that. Of course he did. We often heard his voice from out the back, directing, navigating, but then you'd also have the moment of hold your breath when Mendy's got the ball in his feet, which was a lot of the time. So that is another goodbye that we're going to say there. See that we are doing business, we're doing it quickly. It means that we can simultaneously make the outgoings in line with the incomings and just have a lot more sense to what's going on in this transfer window. So I'm filled with a little bit more hope, guys. Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are on Mendy leaving. Are you happy? Would you like us to buy a goalkeeper in this transfer window? And if so, who would it be? It's not like we're spoiled for choice. However, make sure you also like, comment,